Come 400 Ghana cedis. Yanko.
I think that Omaemu had nipa baako over the years.
92.3.
Minor buomo sabi kwasia pa cocoa farmers. They've not been treated well. And even if you zoom back in the past, now various interventions, I remember those times in secondary school, you see a Friday cocoa scholarship.
That's right.
It ended up being awarded to a man for a papa named Sebi Baby Cocoa. It was sad. The actual farmers in Ankasa were not even getting what they deserved and a whole lot of stuff. And at the end of the day, you know, underpricing whole lot. And the cocoa na could do a point here. Obi to me do the cocoa after 10 years now. And Sani Panu lose the cocoa now. What is in for the person? Galam say by who diseases in Nasafua because the ground was being poisoned in Nasafua. So the incentive and the motivation to go into this farming, you know, adibi. And the sad aspect is that history, cocoa has been a major backbone of Ghana's economic transformation right. Since Nkrumah time. There are most of the Nema no Nkrumah in cocoa sika near the year. But over the years, it's sad. So even cocoa board crying na own to me sika fanto cocoa. Just say I feel be share ko bobo sin sana ya deba be ye. Obekaya the popular cocoa syndicated loan.
That's right.
Boom near the babato. The number of cocoa cress ye nyande cocoa tia kan ye ntumi. Enti afini be share na ye the cocoa ka. I just see a China next year back and send a Sakakutia. Very embarrassing because Ghana is the second leading producer of cocoa over the years and Abroye. So I think that some of these interventions, Abroye, Echemokina, and President Mahama can say one of his commitment is to ensure so we boost to that particular sector. Now we're making sure say a bit of motivation for people to go in because you see, we have sources of foreign exchange earnings now. Time has come for us to diversify it. So we have been from different sources. But cocoa is something that we cannot just let it go.
That's right.
And I think some of these interventions, yes, he promised Oba na buying betia 70% of the FOB price. Alaska. And I think that whether it is fortunate or unfortunate, you know, farmers. There were a lot of confusion around that. People didn't really understand the whole thing.
Okay.
Alaska said, cocoa at the time or motomuna. The FOB price, you know, is circulated between $6,500 to $8,000 $6,500 to $8,500. That is ton, the price of a ton. FOB around. So by the time I announced price, you know, now it was around $7,000.
Okay.
$7,000 per ton. Don't forget a ton be a 16 bags. So you can cocoa ton a bag makumako 16 and a 1 ton. Good. Enti President Mahama can say a buy na osisuno that bakuno twam no osisi akuafo because okoton abonten abokafu oba na obetu omokakakira bi no no na buy there ba obe make sure say sika na yakoton abonten no anya hwe emu 70% there obetia ma farmers.
Right.
And indeed oba no
92.3
he paid 70% of the FOB price
to the farmers
in the first announcement buy. But the equaye ni samre no mekacha se na $7,000 per ton. $7,000 per ton no 70% na otua no was around $5,800.
Okay.
$5,800. Enti fortunately or unfortunately for farmers, you know, and a dollar no G say boom because adeni yanton okrume koton abonten.
That's right.
Enti instead of saying your friend say 8,500 no what calculator ha bomber me. 6,000 your friend saying 5,800 no senka dollar no jira 15 cedis now no kwatamsi anka benya somewhere close to 6,000 per bag.
Exactly.
But enam said dollar no na so tigidi ebedu 10 cedis you know it was pegged at 10 cedis per I think 1.4 or something. Enti $5,800 you know the translation into Ghana cedi will be 58,000. 58,000 divided by 16 bags will give you 32,000. So it means abundance is
will give you 3,200.
Will give you 3,200.
That's right.
So a dollar no ahoɔden na ɛte ba fob no and ɛno so ɛboa because ɛma inflation na so for stabilize enti no wobɛte ana amanfo te aban ka so obeto cocoa 7,000 or buy you see either politics or ignorance.
No, they know. But so let's muddy the water.
Yes. So it is because enka dollar no gina 15 cedis said the near enka 5,800 times 16.
That's right.
Enka akuafo benya over best 6,000 your friend say per bag.
Approximated to let's say 7,000.
7,000. And this particular thing is in line with the promise that he made. And he didn't know as if he did it. So either win or lose, you know. For me, and you lose for farmers because Alaska, the more dollar no cost no. Na never boy heading. Oh, try the never boy cost inflation will eat. And unfortunately, inflation you hit a single digit. For the first time in about 4 years in you hit single digit inflation number. So what it means so when you sikana na emodu, you can use it to do a lot of stuff.
That's right.
And the first no, na cement boy 1.4. Ukwaje nka ukwaje 70 million na bizanza dodo se na ebetimi ato. Na sa cement boy na ati aba 94 Ghana cedis na ukura 32 and also dodo se na ebetimi ato. So you see the value no and the most important thing. So I think say it's very important say aban san kwatena say san dwene ho biem no who say even 70% of the FOB price na yede buy no yensan go ahead na yentia farmers extra 12.2%. That is what came.
That's right.
When, so I think that it's all good. It's all good. And you see, going forward, you know, we need to make the cocoa sector a priority. Now you making sure that papa for na mama for over the years. Omo do omo ho akosem. Omo life we need cocoa no. Omo some benefit. Because Alaska and because of school by cocoa scholarship but maybe tertiary cocoa board is considering giving some of these scholarships right. to cocoa farmers or cocoa colleges board chairman they are trying to revive cocoa colleges and training young people who is a cocoa no teteno udua eche ansana anyini aswaba but then because of scientific way into they are able to do that exactly ni nyina come out of scientific research abetimi just to quicken and then kokokora no ye obi o ha within 3 weeks 3 months or say 3 weeks no mo anyini utimi ku omo so because of cross bleeding those kind of way now betimi so I think these are some of the things and the most important thing cocoa board is seeking to do. You know, we are very narrow-minded people, so always the focus is on the money. But there are other aspects of it very, very important. One has to do with this. Your friend is saying pension scheme for cocoa farmers. Pension scheme for cocoa farmers. Alaska, don't you think that is very important?
It is.
Aban say, uko kari cocoa na. Just like your salary, you take a crack to honor.
For Senate.
Na abanya double, abanya so the biaka hon. Then it will go to Senate. So by the time I won't so no, ukoko no be one, na be yemra na be ko we no.
60 years no.
Teacher ni urging a pension pay no. Now also cocoa farm also do pension pay. And I think that these are some of the things
very loud.
Yes, ebetimi aboa ma manfo se be ya because ebinum omo anyinum panimfo omo panyini bremu na cocoa no kra ontumi nko babias cocoa no ne man ne ama abusuafo na etidi but anya hwe so ne pension de a ewoni dimu obetumi ayisu that particular thing ono so betime man ho bibi Alaska and again they are also coming up with the initiative every single cocoa farmer be oil registered be will get free insurance this right. Your friend say NHIS yeah to register farmers just to give them that particular free health care because Alaska farming and as for come with a lot of stuff and then fertilizers are being supplied for free and then other education. I think the government must also come out with certain initiative which will motivate a lot of big people with cash to also go into farm cocoa district and also invest much because yetiminya sika de kototo car be si dem a sa sika na say betimi de ato e de akwa boa afa amanfo nwuma mo aye what I say so I think these are some of the critical interventions that are buying the bar and as ogusu a all year e betimi boost the cocoa sector so in the coming days you know say dollar no san te praga na ekobie ma the cocoa farmers sika boom ni na pa onsa beka na wo ba na say inflation itini nyina bi san fa so be na e wo so I think that people should not allow themselves to fall for some of these cheap and unwitty politics. The fact of the matter is that the commitment that the president made, will go by it, because I say 70% of the FOB price he's paying. Unfortunately, dollar no the difference and then who said there is a need to also come out with extra 400 Ghana. Alaska and so $100. That's a 4,000 saying. And yesika ketwa.
That's right.
Uhunisa yesika emuyedru for especially large scale cocoa farmers Wontumi nearman and for them. So I think say over the years, yen try na cocoa sector no and recapture the old glory, because say over here the last 4 weeks in here, as a last year I end September 4th year mean. Na enkrufo no mkoye no mo se nya 11,000, I think 11,000 tons of the same period this year the record 50,000. It means that there has been a significant increment. The last time I can't say cocoa figures na go down and no correct, because cocoa farmers in Jan cocoa dia cocoa no moto no the fa kwan ya fan say
kwan bone so
omo koton
omo the fa kwati
kwan so koton without going through cocoa board records. That is the simple explanation.
And it's been facilitated by Abamumpe.
Oh yeah. They were selling the cocoa outside official channels. And on record, for the first time in the history of Ghana, Ghana over 400,000 tons. Obi over millions of
that's right.
Big we buy. Within this short period, we've crossed the 4,000. The sense our tons in the whole. That's clearly people were selling it through Nkwati Kwanza and Usikano.
Now, about way to make a things that was to say a fruit ponkopa, the fertilizer across the border.
Yeah, that's how you can also president didn't say on the cross Burkina Faso.
And you interview a director of communication at the Ghana, Ministry of Agriculture, not Muse. Abanda da na otwe said ya wuka no omukwaji syndicated loan no na omudi ba nanka koko dodo wo so omuto no omanto edini andi so ombe chase ni die edi aban we mba ye no say bia udi $100 ka ewo ho a aban we mba ye no na bia what $150,000 a ubekwa kotua $100 no ansa na 50,000 na aka no enu na ye beton e wo na ye de abrega na kokwa.
Yeah, Alaska, and some back track catch
no, you said it.
Yeah, the cat, because ya kwaje syndicated loan no. Cocoa nest ye supply, we were supposed to supply over 700,000 tons. And ya kwaje husika ye nya 400,000 to near the cocoa 300,000 tons of cocoa bags. Eno mu ja no hokoye CMB na ayantia na mo sesa mo mfidie no omo eto mo nkonwa no mo cars
na me no ka say sa akrofo kra na omo twa omo ho die omo ko court.
Yes,
ama mo niam nyina
auction cocoa marketing board no mo de car na ye sesa omo niam agu apampa so na ye ton. That is the embarrassment they brought, you understand? So I think it's good the president today has seen the need. Said the cocoa sector no here special focus, and the very people they are very experienced people. I think themselves some are farmers, and that experience will come to bear. I'm bet be revitalizing the cocoa sector, not me recapturing the old glory, because it has always been the backbone of Ghana's economy. And if there is one thing Ghana can run away from, I'm not sure say cocoa should be one of them.
Right. That was Ivan Che Innocent. 10 times tech. And this takes us to 22 minutes into 4 p.m. Sima Makuma Kwedu Nwebi
FM 92.3.
Abwapa non ho na yegusuti ko ye next item enra anese for say about 14 months ni yentua omo kaye enti mami hwe messages ba ku mienu aba ye besre mo the messages no ba na moye no very short e di amaye wa too much. Mamin kind way from our Reverend Father Ignatius James Yao Aponsa Achim Trona. Oh, Father, long time. Yami encounter. I say, Alaska the Great. I see my young cover woman intentionally no. Omu share ashe high na wamu say Ghana yensu ensua ni asase. My young cover ubia na wama yedi omani sika. Any Yahoo Bambo, Eddie Asha Musano, I was say, ye blame one pa was our when saying you now so yensuonsua and said you must say and sassy and in the because woman are 2 minutes ekita wom na yentumi emblem obia except woman ye do ma to eye ano se womunye osi yenya eye state of emergency e wo galamsey osi yehia papa eno so ni dia ode aba eno no ono so ti akan eno e di amount messages no ba na useni messages any sawe na anane kan yes and then so yi documentary bi e de kire kwan a akwanta mining etumi asay oman ye forest na yamaya ti asese from Monday ekono those in sem no court be shasi atana so na yewie ni tem na yedi untumi ene ne crop tweri bibia wo so mfofo mu tweri Enoch Edwe for Asamanka say osi cocoa price ya tum twice in a year na asempa papa abampapa abba na bring na chire John Dramani Mahama nisama waka nyina no ogusu edisodin chadima Eastern Regional Chairman Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo na Charles Nyami Free SHS Secretariat Coordinator Eastern Region ono so ni dia ode aba eno no Reverend Josiah Edwe fi gbechire osi Alaska Midiminchia at the man winning me wonderful Ivan and in the submission of the man. I see Adena MPP acting like Segalam say Esha say Enra. Na MPP and Casano one more a year mpa bonifo na adwumboni na ashaw muma na enya dia ombe succeed da. I see Alaska Nyankupon enhira pa. Ono so ni dia eno no na I see nurse na nurses na call demonstration no I say Judicial Kofubi Nesuma wom I think some more legitimate concern Ivan a nurse for say about 14 months ni emuntu awkana abanda da no edwo mugu mampa wonim say clearance no but aban we buy no so wusika adenti no ntua emfa emma wom yenko
Alaska dabia meka say politics in Africa no a very dirty, very menacing, very dangerous, very diabolical. You're more mind with good intention.
That's right.
And at the end of the day, the whole thing is to create a roadblock for the other guy. Say on a car bahiti and on a car into Minko. Because in the spirit of good governance, you know, and Kayenjina baby ejina Alaska nurses over the years. Arrangement and now honor say unya wie school batch we ya near post you we got to a time because the numbers were increasing, you know, there were some hiccup and then John Mahama agreed say okay, if that is the case sikana yadi tia allowance ama students, you know, let us invest that money in building infrastructure. Some yebet me expand the infrastructure because the very moment infrastructure is expanded Alaska Yesi hospital yankofa carpenter ni
embeye djuma
na yankofa obi otu galamsey ya the nurse netena. So the very moment you are expanding the capacity, it means you are also creating avenue to absorb nurses and so. So he did that, and then there was a promise they between allowance and so. So that created a problem. Then the backlog started piling up, and they they were not posting nurses. Nurses were at home, and in the middle of 2022-2023, no, that was when the mass exodus started.
That's
people
right.
exiting the shores of this country. Free because me say my classmate I school me catch almost bear 70% and no more UK and US. Nobody is willing to stay. Oh yes, obiako. Now what kroma there now salary be na editi aka sa 3,000 4,000, you know. Now Alaska won kwampo sa 3,000 4,000 na be so what akra haya. So everybody has left and it's sad. Enti otnasia am post sa ankrofo we ma pile up no ye election ni duru ya
olusu ye
pressure no ba na ohun se ba bia ye koidie first ye hia man for moto aba ma yen enti yem post omo then they started Yomu system without making any financial arrangement. Osan lusu ya no osan pia man for gum yo because Ghana hano ebasa will activate a certain moral clause. Your phobia jumum na ba na be yina. Their father na nye born wa we na wire born.
That's right.
So was settle up. Nipa no see 13,000. There is no financial commitment available because nobody is making provisions for that. So you battle with the challenge. And here we are. And that yet to but you see the Jawa near the Aswa. The John Mahama NDC government into me Casa Unyamena me farm. No, you have to. Because the Abano, Omodo hospital, they were working. The sad aspect of it, I think that there is a culture that we need to move away swiftly from. Alaska, apart from this, I told this, I have a friend doctor, post 2 or more to hospital, or more year or more housemanship. They've been working for close a year. Your man will be a 1 city. Last 2 months, and I'm sure see or moka. And to me, beside me, say, which country was I see we so, if not Africa? You know, one woman, and bet me I can. Ya forward, you man, we can cry you to your cat. Because nipa na wo wafa na adwuma wo say 6 months wuntua na ka no sabi oye bayifu abona tabamu na otukọ adwuma oh because ebia no mfro ka ebia no motena praye so na kwa adwuma so obisa won say 8 months no kwan be na nipa no fa so okọ adwuma enti okwa they will find a way to survive enti wo tisa amanfo eton amanfo nduro amanfo yewe don't be surprised
obi agi obi ba wo na waton no
yes because these things don't justify crimes. But you see, when you do some of these things, you create an impossible because obi oha ni fie yo. Nema mebe man a lot friend. But yemu birim so oha Alaska wana wa failure.
Your friend Aquarius so.
Yes. Yemu birim oha asam to a wini of abia fa fo friend no.
Oh.
Wini brabia wana wa failure wa fail. So those people in the system am kwa na doso. Enti bisa won say nipa na okwa adwuma. Wan kwa adwuma so a ne boss no tie adwuma no sanhye no. Oh, I didn't need to be sacrificed. Now, crime be near for our survival.
What did you?
Because you normalize that particular thing, and then what say. And I like the approach of the minister.
That's right.
I want to say indeed, or recognize that whichever way be a buying sikabiano, they should find and pay them. Now you move on. Now going forward, my culture said there is a lacuna in our Transition Act. We need to quickly resolve it. Now you make sure say we create a certain freeze period. So buying who go into election, who lose election within that period, you shouldn't have any power to appoint anybody. That's and right. Even if you do, it should be done in consultation with the incoming government. That outright authority, should be because my culture elsewhere where we assume that intelligent people take power and they will act intelligently. Corridors of power where you find a lot of fools. Mono, nipa di year juma, and Fabi year juma. But obe creative problem amount with bad intention.
But Ivan, so utie and MPP internal primary, utie Mukasa and Kofu na past ministers of state. Adwini we na decide my empire and I say Yankubo hu mobo. And I make culture say your politics in the ababe duru no. And this space for intellectualism. Ha, that's a unim nyansa. No. Nipa no crossroad ntino. Na wo hu a part of the world no. Obi enu a opesa odinyansa ni ban no. Openipa ban yes amasa. Yes, because obi oya critical mind and they will not compromise on certain things. And also una weni ate tenaba bi na menya media. And it's sad. Because on mind to get the best out, you need to put every single human resource available to work. Just to ensure, because the whole essence of governance is to solve problems, both simple and complex. Right. And you need refined minds to do some of these things. So Alaska, I think that a very complex situation that is at hand, but I like the commitment our pledges in the coming day because my culture says doctors in the better have a kind some time ago. No, they have been paid. That's right. Yes. I think they were paid a month before last month. Almost. Oh, but so I'm hopeful, sir. This particular one, no. In as much as numbers in the son and as a form, government will find money just to ensure. So because when you take over new like this, Alaska, it's true. And if you look at how turbulent the economic space was at the time, and near be a bit way, but if government is able to streamline effort just to ensure, say, they take care of this critical business and going forward, Makase. Let us come up with a way. I don't like this attitude. Controller and accountant general. It take 8 months and then a process salary. Another way, Alaska.
why must it take 8 months, 6 months, and send a process? Obi ebe fa na adwuma o Ghana bia no me say it take more than 6 months and send it to me. I work everything for you.
Almost a crime scene.
Oh, Alaska.
The controller and the country. Coming forward, we need to come there.
The very moment I yebema obi appointment letter, it shouldn't take more than 3 months. 3 crowd also.
Oh, that be.
A month or 2.
You find say a month.
Yes.
Documentation. It's actually 2 months.
Yes. Nandi paninya the salary. Now this culture official because the system is such that they don't pay your friends say boom back pay no be because of this new gift make way now everything has to go through no. You can't even pay more than your friends 3 months. So at the end of the day no, you might create a problem. So I think say going forward no, the problem with controller and accountant general no, and the finance ministry no, will have to liaise and solve this particular because from Rollins the pension are there a problem at trauma as a country. We are not moving forward as a country. I think we need to hasten effort, quicken effort, and ensure some of these petty challenges in Alaska are resolved because elsewhere a man for start here a week near associate to a mocha. And everything go they get sa paper we no crowd nurse won't be so there na year twen just take 6 months and send a processing salary. Can't we use a month to process a salary? Because it's not as if we are processing salary for everybody in the country. We need to go controller or mass segment every region be our space or more. So what is the difficulty? If there are Nipana na enye way, why don't you create space within regional way? Now you're making sure say salary no ye process Nipana start or year juma within 1 month and now acha 2 months. Nipana sanka ni sika so be year juma. I think that governance no a learning process and it's a learning curve for you. I think that we must begin to learn the best practices. So bet me aboy amo minor koye. But
Ivan J Innocence. This takes us to about 25 minutes to the top of the hour. 5 p.m. Now encha your best. But the unim so free SHS Secretariat at regional coordinators reporter Kayensa. When you're very careful, the extortion amuye obiaba osi school aye mami bano ebia owo nipa no ewo let's say Greater Accra ha near the ne ba kwa kotu north na ye de na to yamani day no see upper boarding and upper baby. Do you know allegedly some people are even charging 5,000 10,000. What do you come out, mommy, and now, papa? And you are trying to make the government. If I tell you, and I will be sweat to ya, and on the receipt in Abronye, and going forward, you'll be arrested. And the more much the free SHS secretariat, you are extorting money. No, we will not sit down for you to disgrace the government. No. And the muti and MPP Akrofo, you were lobbying for this. And Mukramu criminals, a chain party na abana okono. We will not allow this. And some of the names we are receiving, I'm highly disappointed. I will forward them to national security and you'll be arrested. Obi say, Buami, mi basku. And kadena na ya fair crampo say, ya two about the amount. And also, una we are party, no wakwa kwatana ho. It was a wood Jessica. She cannot do a major Mahama and Nazaruna Drusu. So the earlier you stop, the better.
I think there's a quick one. Answer na me corner. Men kind ra DIC or Jubilee House and ra.
Okay.
Appeal court. Your friends and judges were promoted, and I think that Domahene was part of the list. I think that you see over the years, politics are go into your judiciary, are robbing of its integrity, neutrality, independence. And he has been on the bench for more than 26 years.
That's right.
Yes, and this is a man and Kasamre and Supreme Court and China.
That's right.
But because certain people perceive him to be because Canadian or yes saying and I think that my more President Mahama but so when you that particular courage what me add to this particular way because deserve because I would hear the new I'm not sure say Phoebe and as for and you make it sure say you prioritize competence over allegiances, loyalty, and the partisan, your friend saying, that kind of allegiances, no. And untina edura merebia na judicial ne Ghana for pet a hwasem kuratie.
That's right.
It became a sort of a corrupt institution full of people with some kind of unholy alliances, allegiance to certain individual partisan considerations. Yes, so overwhelming. Individuals on more bench so more deserve no. Well overlooked. Yes, the president has the power to decide. But I think that we need a certain criteria be able to spell out the promotion. Say the police for na se for no ye no. Say be ya ebe ma saa niema no ade di ma amafo nya gidie wom. The last time I make about toko no kwan ya fa so ya fa no. Na oko bench ni so na one of the juniors and all because judge say abebubo mu Amadu Tanko Poaman when ne current CJ ni na se for nyina were senior. But Obaya, because of certain connections in Tinaja, quickly near the coy, one who quite for be good anymore on the court.
That's right.
And look at the state and the judiciary in the womb. So I think, say, going forward, you know, Yamfa akomapa. Now, some of these sensitive areas, you know, Nipa or deserve, no, let the person go.
Nipo deserve for Najumudo.
Exactly, let the person go. So the question is, what at all was preventing Domahene over the years and that promotion was not coming?
No, and then yes, you did not to her.
Yes.
Or Chania did not to her.
Yes.
And then you did. Ay!
Or no, say, you say, your friend said, no cuckoo, no, drew no syllabus or by a Jumana. Before Jai, because they were just tossing him around that kind of way. Because I'm for Percy who said,
say, no, what them, ha?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I'm saying, Jamadenu call no for the baby.
Okay.
Oh yes, but just said
yeah. Now when I kasa on nipa no use your friends adwuma mra na odi post where that kasa wonko. So I think say you see my culture say you bet me the institutions ni nyina di agro but not the judiciary.
That's right.
Because any institution a fasten your cohesion, your integration as one people, the common destiny. The very moment you bet break the heart of the judiciary, you know, we break the soul of the nation. Because Alaska menu nya asema me nkokọ to me fase kan a menim se ebo wa na ahoto na wote eno anse tinten na de besi asi.
That's right.
But we cannot create such a chaotic society. The last time I catch ya titi say see before civilization and am ready ho no na woti wukro wo no yire no mate ho munya nya obi ahwe obi firi na kura so no hu so wo aduane a o me kan chos Alaska for aduane ma me de obeya ne say okun ana yesi de team obi na me no obi.
That's right.
And people were killed because now the survivor of the fittest then obu ni obi akobo na mane o si wakura wase no oba yire na sefa wasesa wakakodi. But yehu says anemanam why na ba civilization era no, then we started weaving institutions, laws around I be regulating human behavior. Sabe ye nyina be submit your right to na ya the right thing. But we cannot be circumventing some of these procedural and institutional prescriptions and begin to do things at the behest of our individual political interest and so forth. Yeah, yes, sir. Abedru baby no be anya gidie wo man no mu biem. Maka se ukono man si ho na wadwen se soldier for ne police for na ba ho ban asa wo yare. Alaska soldier for ne police for more man ho ban. Ya trust ne confidence am man mu for e wo wa ban mu na e ya ban na ho den. Edida bia me the example say okọ Sri Lanka.
That's right.
Amount for no sorry ya say your trust and confidence wa ban ya withdraw no. President swimming pool na adan market square we yara enkura ne gu madam. President in the bed. Na bontin so for na da so because president na dwane afri ho because trust and confidence could no longer be sustained. Let us do everything within this prescription and make sure that we preserve the sanctity of this country. democracy. So let me once again congratulate the president for taking this bold initiative by honoring Domahene, by giving him what he deserves. Na me more no so na baso for because Chroma say no. Ya kasa obi or hena normally they don't take some of these things serious and so forth, but this one person aside say a big chief, you know, he's also I walk through the professional line because you may be the very moment we be seen or hena na we jai private job
that's right.
But one when jai and being able to blend the two, I think say we deserve a lot of commendation. So that is what I would say about that.
Ivan oti ni ato ahoy any Paul Adumochiri ene program course na Paul Adumochiri Katna is he they are setting agenda about the successor of John Dramani Mahama and no say at this time no he should shut up. Namra Prof Miss Wono Aya Paul Adumochi ban ho so create office be man no pretty. And also catch us a minimum you have no integrity. Now ni nanado ne koba and what one nanado ma was say o my Ghana. So you want to destroy the NDC? What's a NDC? A journey nanswa. Yeah, she said the name because at this time no one now bet nipa only the NDC and now.
Paul is a lost cause. He's a loose cannon.
Oh,
I'm not sure any serious person takes him serious. But you see, it's good to intervene here because you see the power of the media, the oxygen of publicity.
That's right.
When you give it to an idiot.
Oh,
he has the No, I'm making a point. If you give publicity, oxygen of publicity to an idiot, that single idiot has the power to create thousands of his kind. And I want to say no mechano. So send them and not display idiocy, then it is controlled. But whenever you give publicity to an idiot, Alaska, on your opportunity to create thousands of idiots. So you control that particular thing by what the man did, by putting it in his face. We know you have no integrity because you are a journalist, but you demonstrated clearly, say you were a partisan journalist, that you belong to a particular side. The government came and embarrassed itself, recorded the worst defeat in the history of this country. Nyansa ben about governance. You should just shut up. Yes, you reserve your right as a Ghanaian to talk about politics issues in as a forum, but to be delving in this arena, proposing who should lead who, no. Nipa na kofana ben na we ekosisi. And I say, I don't blame him. And I blame the state police. National security force or pretty. So I'm sure the movie giddy makwache on the pole. I don't watch no makwache giddy nekosisi. Ekosisi won't me giddy. Abronye giddy ekosisi. Makacha said we should be very smart and very intelligent. Alaska mete hey. Say me yam just say me befa Alaska me befa. We should know say you are not coming back. That's me.
Exactly becoming enough grounds, sir.
Oh. So if you are not lucky, you use the state resources. Giving free advert for fools. You advertising them. The last time I said Black Maria Babisi. Now media men the camera obi be pie from Abronye. Obi be pie from Abronye na camera down so na fortunately enough the guy was on the front page of a newspaper. In life, I'm not sure that he ever thought crazy. So don't use the national security and the security machinery and do free publicity for idiots. They don't deserve it. You understand? So if you're going for somebody, make sure say that person you are going for, no, it's not me. My 10 very principle. If I'm coming for you, you should know say when you crowd 3 months in jail there, we can't stand waba.
I'll say that was Ivan Che Innocent. 4:45 p.m. Now, Tiwe Mami, Abronye at the assembly there to Tiwe Mami.
We are losing, and you are losing because minim say the lights of us match them and no matter padia or my yeno and microphone to ma MPP because your opposition no saja padia na so match them nibio obey lands minister obey ambassador no so mo party for the best see adan ntu kwasunya na where trade center bia aya so match them dia and no di Canada Japan ati me catch them say anya dia se nipa. So far as African politics here concerned, now what position wouldn't be? Na ye baba we ye be lusu, ye to ye so ye lusu. The honor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as Abronye there or the accurate report no better ebe bro. Enti doctor me catch on na nwumire say won krofo no bi ebe di konkonsa kire no. Omo bo double game. Omo ko diska na ma catch Kennedy say omo no be kasa. Because program no we Kennedy nam this time no or the trobia meba be yano and Stacy no ya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia dia na wo Kennedy o ma me bribe 50,000 say me nko say obi no a different am dey 2 me team say Kennedy Japan yen papa yes nti onye ni papa nti nko tena ba bi and issue say releases na mo sara mo issue no mo camp I say bibi ha mo adwene te say mo master na bibi ha mo pese media be sorry for obi am fatima na doctor ntimi nkolo obi to order obi on right omo ya mature people said they won't ntimi nkolo station to order na ya starting campaign won issue statement bi an country Ken studio na wona koto niam be gu mu no
Ahoto FM 92.3.
Right.
And Mekacho said the party lacks leadership. There is no leadership in space, and some of these things are quite obvious. And some of we are these people going to work together.
Serious. That's right. I see Emma.
These are dirty politics. Maybe a Ghana drew no. Young people focus on the issues the development. Some of these childish, infantile kind of politics, are losing the essence and the relevance. So Sanyama belongs to antiquity. It belongs to the past. That was why the last time I told you that these people are analog individuals struggling for survival.
Voice when na woka.
Hwede ne ba ne ye ne sa no nya no otumi panishe no. Oye ya bedu ba bia bedu. Nenne